Folks, what is complaining? What does it mean to complain? Is there such thing as positively complaining? Like, oh my God, this weather's amazing. Oh, Bianca is beautiful. Oh, I just hate the way she's so kind to everybody. Is that a thing? Positively complaining? When I think about complaining, my friends, I usually think about it, and I want to hear what your input is too. I usually think about it as negative. As negative as when someone is voicing their unhappy opinion. Now, when it comes to negativity and working on negativity, I've had to work on myself a great deal on being tolerant towards people who complain. I got into this really mindset of like, there's no reason you should complain. Like, just absolutely no, 100% extreme. Complaining is for losers. Like, just straight up. And now I realize that that was an extreme way of thinking. But basically, my mindset at the time was, if you're coming up to me at work and you're saying, Daniel, this sucks, I'm tired, I don't want to be here, I'd straight up respond with like, okay, dope, go home. And they'd be like, what? No, Daniel, I can't go home, man. I got bills to pay and I got to pay for tuition. I say, oh, so you're pretty grateful to be here. And he'd say, yeah, I guess so. Or someone at school would say, oh man, this sucks. I hate my classes. I hate my prof. This is stupid. I don't want to be here. I say, great, drop out. You say, what? I say, yeah, it's super easy. You just go online, drop all your courses, boom, like that, you're out of there. And he'd say, Dan, I don't want to drop out, man. I need a degree. This is important to me, to my family. And I'd say, oh, so you're pretty happy that you're here. You're pretty fortunate. And he'd say, yeah, I guess so. Now, friends, one thing that's important to point out is, I'm not going to say the majority of the time, but a lot of the time, when people do complain, they're not looking for answers. They're not looking for solutions. A lot of the times, people just want to complain because it's something that I'm still working on, but people say that it's healthy. It's healthy to complain, to let out your frustrations. I guess it makes people feel better. It's I've been thinking about that a lot, man. That's one thing I'm really, really like trying to work on. Because like my perspective is, if I want to feel better, I'll go work out. If I want to feel better, I'll go out with my friends and just like talk about something funny. I'll tell funny stories or go eat food or something. I don't know if I would complain necessarily. And I think that's just like a subjective thing now. Because whenever I looked at complaining, it used to be, if I complain, because I do this to my friends too, 100%, I complain. But if I complain, I'm doing it for the sole purpose of finding a solution. My mindset is, I'm not happy about something. I want to vocalize it. Thus, me and you could work on a solution together. The thing that really rubbed me the wrong way was when people would come up to me and they start complaining. And then in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay, dope. This person's in a bad situation. Why are they complaining? From a logical aspect, okay, they obviously want to help find a solution. So I give them a solution. They say, nah, I can't do that. Like, for example, imagine someone comes up to you and goes, like, listen, I'm super overweight. I'm doing this and that. I want to get better. And it sucks. I'm super unhappy. I hate this. Blah, blah, blah. These jeans don't fit me anymore. And then imagine you go, oh, okay, well, have you ever thought about like drinking less pop? Like, those are really sugary. And they go, nah, I can't do that. I love my pop too much. But, oh, okay. Yo, man, do you ever think about maybe like how many cigarettes do you smoke a day? Do you maybe want to like tone that down a bit? Like maybe go from a pack a day to like one cigarette? Like, no, I can't do that. I love my cigarettes, And then you go, oh wait, did you ever think about it? Do you know what I mean? Where it's like now they come up to you, it sounds like they're asking for advice, right? From a logical standpoint. You give them advice A, B, and C, and they turn it all down. And that used to really grind my gears. And my mind would go, well, then why the hell did you bring it up? Like, what? Okay, well, so what? Who cares? And I've really gotten to this, and I'm still working on it. But you realize, my friends, that sometimes it's not that people don't know what the solution is. They do, but they want to let it out. They want to say everything that's on their mind. They want to express themselves so that someone can just hear their thoughts and they can be heard. And a lot of the time when people are speaking out loud and they're saying their sorrows in their morning, all it takes is a good question from the listener's end, or the person just talking out loud, listening to their own voice and going, oh, you know what? This is what I should do. And that, an amazing thing that you can do for somebody is just listen to them complain. Just listen to them, like when they come home from work, when they come home from school, about their partner, about their hobby, whatever, because it's clearly something that's important to them. And if that individual is important to you, in essence, you can say that what they have to say is also important for you. Now, the final thing that I would like to add on onto this idea is moderation. If any of my friends, family, coworkers, whatever, we meet up every once in a while, every couple of days, every few weeks or so, they're gonna come and say, "Hey man, Daniel, I've had this on my mind. It's been bothering me." Please, I am more than happy to listen. Please do not get that my earlier sayings mistaken as, "Oh, Daniel is so egotistical, so selfish. He doesn't want to hear bad things, only positivity, only good." No, man, not at all. I want to hear about the things that are bothering you, things that you're struggling with, things that make you upset. I want to hear about your frustrations. Complain to me, please. I won't say a freaking word. I just want to listen. Happily. I just want to listen, whether we talk about a solution or not. I just want to listen to what you have to say. And if just you talking makes you feel better, I'm extremely happy to be there for you. If you want to talk and then eventually we can talk about some solutions, I'm also extremely happy to do that. The point where I start getting rubbed the wrong way is when it's a broken record. It's when you sit down with someone, you talk about something happily. I don't say a word. You listen, they tell you everything that's on their mind, and the next day they come. They tell you the same thing. And the next day they come, tell you the same thing. And by the third or fourth time, now you start giving them solutions. You go, "Hey buddy, like listen, this is obviously something that's been on your mind for a while now. It sucks. This isn't the first time. Have you tried this? Have you tried that?" And they keep turning it down, and they keep doing what they're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So all of a sudden, you can imagine, as a friend who cares for you, when you tell me, "Daniel, I hate being like this, man. I want to be fit. I want to work out more," and I don't say anything, I just listen. And then you say the same thing tomorrow, and you say the same thing the next day, and I go, "Well, man, okay, what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna work out? Are you gonna start eating better?" And the other person just goes, "Well, because that is amazing." Even that conversation there, my friends, if you take anything away from this, this isn't planned, there's no script. While I'm saying this, I'm realizing it. When you get a person to complain, after they're finished complaining, after 1 hour, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 hours, even if you don't want to give them a solution, when they're when they're finished, just look at me in the eyes and go, and please do not come off in a, you don't want to provoke anything, but just say, "Okay, and what are you going to do about it?" And don't say anything. Just hold eye contact. Because then it'll be interesting to see if they go, "Well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do about it." Or if they go, "This is what I'm thinking of doing about it." Or if they go, "Nothing really. It's too much work." Because at least that's a perfect indicator to you as a friend and to themselves in terms of self-awareness of how important is it to them. Because if they're complaining about things that aren't important, it's like, dude, just stop ruining your own day. Honestly, as a friend, who cares that the person mixed up your drink at Starbucks? Okay, it's worth, let's say, 30 seconds of ranting. Is it worth 30 minutes? If they go, if they don't say anything, if they're like, I don't know what I could do, then at least I would say the good thing that you're getting out of it is at least you're prompting them to think, to be like, "I'm in this bad situation, at least my complaining, I know exactly what I don't like. So that can lead me to do something that I do like." Because in order to at least lead to where I want to go, it helps knowing where I don't want to go, right? If I know I don't want to go down path A or path C, it'll help me knowing that I want to go down path B. And finally, you have the person who goes, "Yeah, after all, this is what I think I'm going to do starting next week." It's like, great, the complaining was worth something. We talked about it, we communicated, it came to a solution. So my friends, when you have people complaining, moral of the story is, is anyone getting anything out of it? Are you guys working to a solution at the end? Is it, them just making themselves feel better? But if you get to a point where this person's complaining to you every time they see you, and every time they see you, they suck out your energy, and they're draining, and they're negative, and they're toxic, and it's always, "I can't catch a break," and "Boo-hoo, life is so hard for me," and man, I want to be careful what I say. Just make sure, my friends, that you put your health first. Call it selfish, call it what you were, I do not care. Put your health first. If you ever get to a point where you're meeting an individual constantly and you feel drained after talking to them, you feel upset, they're impacting your mood and putting you in a bad place, it is up to you to guard yourself. I mean it. You know, whether that means distancing yourself from that person. Like, hey man, I can't hang out with you every day anymore. Like, it doesn't mean, I'm not saying cut them off, but let's go once a week. We hang out every day. Let's go once a week. Hey man, we meet up once a week. Let's meet up once every 2 to 3 weeks. That's only if you're getting negatively impacted. When you're going like, okay, like this is, I mean, your negativity is rubbing off on me. Now I don't feel like doing anything. Now I find myself complaining. So when you see those people that do complain, my friends, just be aware. Be aware of why they're doing it. Be aware of what's causing it. And arguably extremely important, be aware of the impact that it has on you. If it has no impact and you can listen and be an amazing friend, be an awesome counselor, I bow to you. Amazing. But if you do notice that it's starting to weigh on you, to affect you and affect you emotionally, you really have to think about, you know, how often you're going to spend time with this person and what the atmosphere of these conversations are going to be like in the future.